Hello and welcome back to the Kerbal Space program. My name is WWEdeadman, but you already know that. We have nowhere near enough to upgrade any of these facilities yet, since they do cost like a lot, a whole lot, and even more. Yeah. So we're gonna just keep doing some stuff here. Visual survey. Flight over Kerbal, landed at Kerbal. Do we have another one? No. But we've got a 33,000 meter altitude record. Gonna take that for the meantime. What we're gonna do though is we're gonna do the decoupler. Yeah, get rid of that. Pretty much like where is that anyway? Radial decoupler. Okay, like this. We're gonna do this, and we're. Who am I kidding? We're probably gonna do this and this, since we can recover debris for funds. So that's actually a good idea. And we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna again try whether this actually has a communitron, a working thing. Like, does that work for anything? On remote tech, that is. We're gonna call this test 2 and put our scientist in there. Jeb, get out of there. Bob, you're going out because we want the full stuff from the science pod. So, if I'm not completely wrong, we can do the following. Observe Mystery Goo and get the full... Maybe... Review the data. I don't know. Collect data, remove data. Maybe that way it works. We're gonna see. Board, and then boom. God damn it! You went the wrong way. Well, so much about that decoupler. That didn't get us more than we used up for it, I guess. Recover the vessel. We got 3 signs for that, so apparently I understood that wrong. Anyway, we're gonna recover the debris here. As you see, we get the funds back. Let's look into here. No. Pretty soon, but not now. Wrong building. I actually wanted to look into here. Now, what does a scientist without anything do? Effects. Vessel science return 100%. Part science return 100%. Okay, that does nothing. Or what? Without experience, it does nothing. Because I get 100%. Or maybe I didn't look at the science we did last time with Jeb on the ship. I guess you don't actually even get to do all the science, the 100% with a non-scientist. So I guess they did do something there. Yeah. By the way, well, how are our applicants doing? We've got Joffley, Jetbur, Billin, Seanfall? Doful Kerman? And he's extremely stupid. That's actually pretty funny seeing... as he's called Doleful. We would understand that if you would speak German. So yeah, we've got Dudwell Kerman, we've got Johnman, and we've got Melnard. But I don't think we're actually gonna use any of these, at least not right now. Do we have another landed at Kerbin thing? Test the real shoots cone shoot in flight over Kerbin. Yeah, no. Visual survey, flight over Kerbin, flight over Kerbin, flight over Kerbin, flight over Kerbin, suborbital trajectory. No. We've got a bunch of flight over Kerbin stuff that I really don't want to do. Especially shoots. That's not a safe deploying speed. Go away. Especially shoots. I don't want to test shoots. Back solid fuel booster landed at Kerbin. That's way better. I'm gonna accept that. Because that we can do while getting the science from the runway. Back solid fuel booster. No solid fuel, no thrust. Then we're gonna go ahead and do this and this. And then we're gonna use a science thing. I actually only want one. And we're gonna use our scientist. And we're gonna launch this. So we've got observant mystery goo. I think this is the maximum you can get with one, and that's why we get 3, and we wouldn't get 3 with any other Kerbal than a scientist. Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need to do anything else here, really, apart from testing this thing. It does not have fuel, so this should be safe. Okay. Part testing contracts are essentially really just a thing where you get science because they don't pay very well. Recover. And of course, if you just test it that way, we get 100% recover value, so we get the most out of it without investing anything. Okay. Let's actually look into here for once. Now, really, did you need to write that small? Or is that like a mod doing that, like the active texture management compressing that? Because this looks like unreadably small, and I'm only playing on 1080p. Which is like standard resolution for gaming today. Okay, and anyway, more recovery because of transponders, more less funds, more reputation. No. Less funds, more science. No. And less reputation, more funds. That's actually a pretty nice thing. We cannot take any more than, I think, we can get to 25% if we have enough reputation to set it up. We just don't. We could only do 5%, and 7 funds for 1 unit of reputation is not really much. And we don't really need that much funds, because, I mean, seriously, we didn't even go to orbit yet. In any way, we have only 1 active thing, so we definitely don't want a parachute in flight, so I don't want to do anything like that. Okay, so in any way, then we're not gonna do anything else. We're just gonna probably say we're gonna escape the atmosphere, or actually let's just do that 1 contract that we have. After unlocking 1 science node here? Not! Because we don't have 0.5 science to little less. Whatever. Let's get up to, what was that, 33,000? Contracts? Yep, 33,000. We pretty much can go ahead, load up our Launch 2 and just modified it a little bit in the means of not taking that with us, not taking that with us, having way more Delta V that way, and actually being able to go to 33,000 without a problem. On the other hand, what I could do... So does this actually affect? Nothing. Good. So... what I want to do is... this. Essentially. Would you center that? Thank you. Somewhat, at least. And then I'd need a smaller nose cone, really. That should still work. Yeah, I'd say we're gonna do that. Where's our center of mass? Okay. That's pretty much in the middle. So if we turn around that shouldn't be too much of a problem with far. Okay. Save this as launch 3. And launch. Get this up to 33 kilometers, and then we should be fine. Then we're gonna get the 56 kilometers and escape the atmosphere contract. So then we're actually gonna go ahead and just probably do a suborbital flight. And we don't want our parachute to be in the same stage as our engine, thank you. 3, 2, 1, launch. This time I'm actually going to go a little bit sideways so we don't end up on the VAB again, because I don't like that. Atmospheric efficiency already over 50. Can actually throttle back a bit. So it hovers around 50% there for a while. Because if we're over 100%, we're definitely gonna lose a lot of fuel to just resisting the drag. Or just actually, you know, to the drag. We're gonna lose a lot of stuff there. This is a very inefficient gravity turn, since I don't really want to go into a gravity turn. So, we're out of the thickest parts of atmospheric efficiency was dropping there, as you see. About here in the Kerbal Engineer window. And we've got a apoapsis height of 34, so 36, I think we can stop here. And if we're lucky, we might come back down pretty much at the shore, so we can actually get a crew report from there. Pretty damn high, isn't it? There we go. That's our contract. Bunch of money for that, bunch of reputation for that. As you see here, we're now pretty rich. 29,000 funds. We're gonna come down in the water. I like that Real Shoots does tell me when it's completely unsafe to deploy the chutes. And as you saw, those were velocities that are completely normal in the testing contracts. So I can't shoot this testing contracts. Just can't. Okay, we are under 200 meters per second. I'm gonna get the SAS off. So we should do all of that pretty much just by the forces of aerodynamics and gravity. Real Shoots open right now. And we're pretty slow. 8.7. I'm gonna say this will survive. I'm just gonna say it will survive and will not retroburn. And if it doesn't, it's my fault and I'm gonna... Okay, no problem. Losing the engine, but hey, we don't need a crew report from here, since that's Kerbal's waters. We're too far offshore to count it as shore, so recover the vessel. Losing that engine, losing that rest of the fuel, losing the fuel tank. You know what I really like? A mod that empties out the fucking monopropellant out of the command pods if you don't have any RCS ports on there. Cause that's pretty much a waste of money. But yeah, that's that. So we should have an set altitude record of 56,000, that's the last one, and escape the atmosphere. We're gonna do those at the same time. Yeah, we've got 40,957 funds, so we should be able to build a ship that can go out of the atmosphere. So... Suborbital 1. I hate my alky. We of course need Kerbal Engineer. Put that on here and offset it to be inside. Oops, that's the wrong direction. Also, I don't need that. Good. Since we're going to space, I'm gonna have... I didn't check whether the Communitron actually does anything, did I? Well, never mind. We don't actually need any form of communication. We have a pilot that can pilot the thing. This is only gonna be really important once we have anything else, but yeah. We don't need the monopropellant. We're gonna need the ablative shielding because we're gonna use that for the re-entry. Decoupler. 1,200, 1,200, 1,200. So those decouplers are pretty much all the same. Decoupling force is the same. Size, probably the same too. That's the bigger one, I guess. Yeah, because it weighs more. But I don't see why I wouldn't just take this one. Okay. Then under that, I'm gonna go ahead and say we want this. And a LV909. That's 2,000 meters per second of delta V. Then we want another decoupler. Then we want a 1-2 tanks and a LV T45. So we are at 4,500 delta V at the moment, which means this would go into orbit just about barely, and I'd say we're just gonna strap some boosters on there to help it take off at the start. Like that and that. How much? That's 2.9 thrust to weight. That's a little bit much. No. Thrust down. I'd say 60% on both of them, or 0.60. Yeah, good. 1.75. That's nice. That's really nice. I definitely need nose cones. Nose cones. Thank you. And I definitely need chutes. And that's where these are coming in. Because these will go on here. And offset them to be a little bit more in. Don't use the frickin'. That's okay. And we want that to fire, decouple with those, thank you. That fires at the same time, please. Decouple, fire, decouple, and shoot. Also, I want this to be saved if possible. I'm just gonna offset these two. Okay. So, we're gonna see whether that works on that. We have something that can definitely go to orbit and come back. I'm not gonna put any like goo on there or anything. That's gonna be a little bit heavy. So yeah, those two go off. I think this is okay. Jap is in there. We're gonna save this and we're gonna launch this. I hope this stands upright without crashing the engine or something. I'm gonna definitely revert if it doesn't. SAS on. I'm gonna full throttle up just because. 3, 2, 1, launch. Stop turning. As much as I saw this second stage had a lot of like thing, what's the name? Okay, a lot of thrust to weight too. So much about that. That didn't work. This was like inefficiency of the century. Since we are almost out of the atmosphere, I'm gonna go ahead and say I can't burn sideways without flipping out. We are in space. We did complete both contracts. And Escape the atmosphere. Set altitude record. Stage suborbital 1 debris recovered from KSC. The parachute alone. Okay. Again, the parachute alone. And the radial decouplers vanished. And the boosters exploded on decoupling, which is kind of weird. Well, we can take this to orbit. Thing is, Space Center. I'm gonna do that real quick. Now, would you look at that? We have space for contracts, so I'm gonna orbit Kerbal. I don't think I'm gonna do any of the others. And back to our vessel. Fly. And we're just gonna do this for free, so to say. This should go back into the atmosphere without a problem. There are the other planets in the background. There's the sun. There's Minmus. This should easily become an orbit in like no time. And 70. Orbit achieved. Jebediah Kerman is our first Kerbal in orbit. Nice. Now, of course, we cannot EVA yet since we don't have the signs for that yet. We do, however, take a crew report from here. While in space near Kerbal, it seems that we're very much in space right now. The sky seems mostly below us. Yeah, standard message for that. And then we're gonna turn retrograde and pretty much just come down. Trajectories. Oh god. Can I? There we go. Unlock position and size. Thank you. Just put that here. Because it really is not nice there. Lock position. I think I did that. I did add that there in like what's the mode called? Don't need far right now. Display the trajectories. Can't show trajectories because patch conics aren't available. Nice. Thank you, trajectories, for not being idiots. Yeah, I know. Get done with that. So, look at the city lights. They actually don't look that bad. I've had them look worse, especially on the glitching. There, that. Gonna go for a pretty shallow re-entry here. 29 is okay. And boom. And let's go into the atmosphere. And let's probably turn on fine controls, because this is really not nice. And turn on the ambient light so you can see something too. Camera, thank you. Like to have this camera for re-entries. So we have an ablative shielding here, so the Mark I pod comes with that. So our shoots should be safe, because they're definitely behind the shield. We're gonna time accelerate till we hit the atmosphere, actually. Don't flip out. Okay, we're coming close to the upper atmosphere. Okay. Of course, for science stuff, we're gonna have to put a scientist up there, because I don't want to have less than 100% science returns. This should heat up already. Yep, we're already at 160 degrees. This only 75, since it's shielded, like that. And then we're gonna get re-entry heating effects with plasma going around us. Stop it! This should actually work pretty much without SAS. Ablative shielding is not even doing anything up till now. There we go with the temperatures. Keep this pointed exactly retrograde. There, that's what the shielding does. Nothing. Come on. We wouldn't be able to actually use up this shielding, I guess. And I think since this is a nice re-entry scheme, I don't think we actually need to worry about this being aerodynamically unstable in this direction, so SAS is not actually necessary. And we are definitely having a little bit of overtime on this episode. Yeah, as you see, we've used up 4 of 246 units of ablative shielding. That's nothing. Also, we are back to negative temperatures. Okay. We are already under 160, so I think I can do this without having too much of a problem. By the way, just to know, you can actually do different materials here. This is still nylon. I think they have like Kevlar and stuff like that too. Don't know what's the difference on the effects really, but yeah. Landing in a tree. Okay, we are 300 meters above terrain, so let's just time accelerate down to like 50. $80, good. So this doesn't take so long. Pretty cloudy night we've got here. That's that. Then we've got EVA. Do a little crew report. EVA report. Flying over Kerbin's grasslands. Take experiments. Solar experiments. From Kerbin's grasslands. Get in. Crew report from Kerbin's grasslands. Keep data and recover. This should give you the next level up and therefore the next experience point and therefore a level up, Jebediah. Which means now he can also point pro and retrograde. If I'm not completely mistaken. Yep, advanced to level 1. So if we look into the astronaut complex now, he can hold prograde and retrograde up, and also do stability assist. Good. And then we can research, I guess, probes. I guess this not because, but that would be really nice. Photovoltaic panels. And this for batteries. And then, next thing that I wanna get are the photovoltaic panels, of course, because then we can actually do stuff here. Oh, nice that this doesn't actually have a buy-in. Not gonna add one because procedural fairings is actually a little bit, at least it was a little bit weird on how the integration into the tech tree worked. So I don't want to mess that up or anything. Okay. I'd say this is more than it for this episode, because we are definitely over time. I will see you in the next one for some more stuff. We've got 100,000, so I guess that's not what I wanted. We could upgrade... Nothing? Yeah, nothing. Because this is way too expensive. Yep, this is way too expensive. This is the first thing that we would update. And then we had 7 contracts and upgrade required for flight planning. Pashconics. And here we would be able to do EVAs and flags. More strategies and more commitment. I really don't need those strategies. Research limit of 500. Surface sampling and resource transfer, which would be really nice, but that costs 2 million. So we're not gonna be able to upgrade a lot in the future. Yeah. Apart from that, we're gonna see about the next contracts in the next episode. Till then, like and favorite if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm WWEdeadman. Bye!